Governor Bello Matawalle of Zamfara State condoles with victims' attack, order release of relief materials to affected victims. All Progressive Congress governors resolve differences ahead of the National Convention. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission grants Obiano bail, NAB's officer behind his detention video. On business, the Central Bank of Nigeria said it will continue interventions to support economic growth. And on international news, Russia-Ukraine conflict forces Egypt's central bank to raise interest rates. On sports, Super Eagles camp bubbles as Iheanacho Musa joins 10 others. Hello there, thanks for joining us. That was the headlines for Standard Voice Television News. I am Ahmed Ibrahim Dusha, and now the news in details. Governor Bello Muhammad is deeply saddened by a recent bandit attack on some communities in Bokoum and Maru local government areas of the state. Governor Matawalle said the dastardly and cowardly attack is coming at a time when peace is fast improving in the state, but will not deter the efforts of his administration at achieving it. He said it is unfortunate that the attack came at a time when they are experiencing improved peace in the state, where they were able to host millions of people on an important religious event without a single incident. Governor Matawalle assured citizens of the state that this and other isolated cases of banditry across the state will not deter their efforts at ensuring a peaceful Zamfara state. While condoling the families of those whose lives were lost in the senseless attack, Governor Matawalle ordered the Ministry for Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management to immediately release relief materials to all victims of the attack and their families. Few days to the National Convention of the All Progressive Congress, a frontline national chairmanship aspirant of the party from Zamfara State, Dr. Sani Abdullahi Wamban Shinkafi, has withdrawn from the race. Dr. Shinkafi, who spoke at a press conference on Monday in his residence in Gusau, said he withdrew from the race to respect the party and President Muhammadu Buhari's decision to zone the position to the North Central.
On 19th January 2022, I personally stormed the National Secretariat in their media crew house to also declare my intention publicly to members of our great party and Nigerians that I have submitted myself for service to our great party as a national chairman of our party. But I want to tell you today, 21st March 2022, I hereby withdraw from the contest. I hereby also respect the party supremacy, going by the zone by the caretaker extraordinary convention planning committee led by His Excellency Memala Bone. The office of the national chairman, which I have intended to contest for, have been zoned to the North Central.
Dr. Shinkafi maintained that he decided to withdraw from the race as a party man who respected the rules of law and the party's leaders. He said the president is the leader of the party and he has taken a position. The former national secretary of the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, and the party's gubernatorial candidate in Zamfara State in 1999 election, who later joined APC, added that the president and the party's leaders must have a reason for allowing the zoning of its chairmanship to the North Central. Dr. Shinkafi said he would not contest for an election that had clearly been zoned out of the Northwest.
The office of the national chairman, which I have intended to contest for, have been zoned to the North Central. North Central comprises of FCT, Benue State, Niger State, Plateau State, Kogi State, Nasarawa State, Kwara State. Based on this zoning formula, automatically any challengement chairmanship aspirant from Northwest, where I come from, and from Northeast, has been automatically edged out from the contest.
He thanked all the APC stakeholders for the support and cooperation they have given him in his struggle to contest for the post of the national chairman of the party. He particularly thanked Governor Bello Matawalle, Governor Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State, Senator Aliyu Wamako and Senator Rucha Sukurucha for their unflinching support and encouragement. Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State said the All Progressive Congress governors have resolved their differences ahead of the March 26 National Convention of the party. Governor Sule, who is the chairman media committee for the March 26 APC National Convention, said this is a statement signed by Alhaji Garba Shehu, the secretary of the committee, on Monday in Abuja at the inauguration of the media committee and its various subcommittees. The leadership of the party under Governor Memala Buni and members of the Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee are making every effort to take everyone along. He said, believe it is the only path for a successful convention and victory at elections. They believe in unity in diversity, and this is the mantra of our convention. Governor Sule said arrangements were on to ensure that the 26th March National Convention of the party was hitch-free. He said the committee were broken into subcommittees that had speedily moved on with their various assignments aimed at delivering a successful convention. Worried by the aggravating security challenges in Imo State, epileptic electricity supply and economic crisis, President Muhammadu Buhari on Monday summoned Governor Hope Uzodinma, the Minister of Power Abubakar Aliyu, and the Chief Economic Advisor Professor Doyin Salami for an emergency meeting in Abuja. The outcome of the meeting, which took place behind closed doors at the presidential villa, was not made public as at the time of filing this report. Malam Garba Shehu, Senior Special Assistant to the President's Media and Publicity, who disclosed this in a statement, said the meeting held on Monday afternoon. For more on the story, over now to Sumaya Dosara for details.
The president is scheduled to meet separately with them, and he will be apprised of the latest development in Imo State, the power sector of the state of the economy. It will be recalled that the president, while condemning the specter of violence in Imo State in the aftermath of the destruction of buildings and access of the police and the home of Professor George Obiozo, President General of Ohanize, Indigbo, pledged to review the security situation in southeast Nigeria. President Muhammadu Buhari also voiced his concern over the frequent power outage, apologizing to Nigerians and assuring a quick relief to the situation. The president, who strongly condemned the violence in the sub-region, urged everyone to maintain peace, adding that the law and order capacity in the southeast are being strengthened. While this is being done, President Buhari called on the people of Imo State in particular and the sub-region in general to maintain peace as the police and other agencies are working to ensure that normalcy is restored at the earliest. The president extended sympathies to the police authorities over the losses of men and materials and to Professor Obiozo, who he urged to maintain his commitment to the peace and oneness of the Federation against these senseless terrorists. Sumaya Dosia reporting for SBTV News.
The All Progressive Congress National Convention Screening Subcommittee has invited aspirants for its evaluation exercise. In an invitation signed by the Secretary of the Screening Committee, Barrister Emmanuel Chukwuemeka, said the aspirants will be screened in 2 batches at the Katsina State Governor's Lodge, Asukuru, Abuja. The invitation reads that His Excellency Honorable Aminu Bello Masari, CFR, the Chairman, and Right Honorable Dimeji Bankole, CFR, the Chairman of the APC 2022 National Convention Screening Committee, hereby invite all the aspirants to the screening exercise scheduled for the Tuesday, 22nd March 2022, screening of National Chairman and other National Working Committee aspirants, and Wednesday, 23rd March 2022, screening of the aspirants into the zonal offices. A federal high court in Abuja has sacked 20 members of the Cross River State House of Assembly for defecting to the All Progressive Congress. The People's Democratic Party (PDP) had instituted a suit against the lawmakers over their defection to the APC. In opposing the suit, Mike Ozekhum, counsel to the 4th to 25th defendants, had challenged the court's jurisdiction to hear the suit. He submitted that the cause of action arose in Calabar and that the matter should be transferred to the High Court in Calabar. In his judgment, the presiding judge, Justice Tayo, held that there is nothing against the law that the suits be heard by this court. He said the 4th to 25th defendants are joined with other defendants who have their offices in Abuja. The APC had in their submissions told the court that the lawmakers are not registered members of their party. However, the judge held that the defendants had intentions to mislead the court. He said he found gaps and loopholes in their defenses as they tried to twist events to suit their own narratives. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission said it had granted administrative bail to the immediate past governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano. EFCC Chairman Abdulrasheed Bawa disclosed this to newsmen in Abuja on the sideline of 5th Annual General Assembly of the Network of Anti-Corruption Institutions in West Africa. Mr. Obiano was arrested Thursday night at Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Lagos, on his way to the United States. He was later transferred to the EFCC headquarters where he was squeezed for days over alleged mismanagement of 5 billion naira, Shopee fund, 37 billion naira security votes withdrawn in cash and some inflated contracts. Meanwhile, EFCC spokesman Wilson Uwujaren in a statement yesterday said the process of sanctioning an errant officer behind the leaked video of Obiano's detention had begun. Igbo groups had condemned the leakage of the video and urged President Muhammadu Buhari to call the EFCC to order. Mr. Uwujaren said the video was completely at variance with the established standard operating procedure of the EFCC. He said a discreet investigation ordered upon discovery of the leak had revealed the errant officer behind the odious act and he is currently being subjected to appropriate disciplinary action. The operatives of the Makurdi Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Saturday arrested 17 internet fraud suspects known as Yahoo Boys in Makurdi, Benue State. EFCC spokesman Wilson Uwujaren in a statement on Monday said they were arrested at different locations within Makurdi following actionable intelligence on their alleged criminal activities. He said the suspects will be arraigned in court as soon as investigations are concluded. Items recovered from them include mobile phones, laptop, and several incriminating documents. And on business news, the Central Bank of Nigeria said it will continue its development finance intervention to support the growth of the economy. The CBN Governor, Godwin Emefiele, disclosed this while reading the communique of the first Monetary Policy Committee meeting in Abuja. Mr. Emefiele was responding to remarks by the IMF in its latest article, IV Reports on Nigeria, where it advised the CBN to scale back its credit intervention programs as they are likely to cause market distortion in the long run. The Apex Bank governor said the IMF has been a great supporter as well as advisor to the CBN as well as Nigeria, and it is important that they underscore the support that they have always received from the IMF. In 2020, as a result of COVID-19, the IMF opened its vault to all countries for the Rapid Credit Facility loan, and Nigeria got the highest in Africa of almost $3.4 billion, which aided them in resolving some of their problems, particularly in the period of COVID-19. Meanwhile, the Monetary Policy Committee has voted to hold all monetary parameters constant, keeping the benchmark interest at 11.5% despite growing inflationary pressure in the country. The committee, in its second meeting of the year, voted to retain the monetary policy rate at 11.50%, with the asymmetric corridor of plus 100/minus 700 basis points around the MPR was retained. And on international news, Egypt's central bank raised its key interest rates Monday for the first time since 2017, citing inflationary pressures triggered by the coronavirus pandemic and Russia's war in Ukraine, which hiked oil prices to record highs. The move saw the Egyptian pound slip, trading at over 18 to the dollar by midday Monday, March 21st, up from an average of 15.6 pounds for $1. The country has suffered from price hikes since the government embarked on an ambitious reform program in 2016 to overhaul the country's battered economy. The war in Ukraine has hit hard on many nations and threatened food supplies and livelihoods of people across the world. Brent crude, the price basis for international oil trading, spiked over $112 per barrel on Monday after nearly hitting a peak of $140 earlier this month. The Central Bank of Egypt increased the key interest rates by 100 basis points to reach 9.75%, up from 8.75%. The overnight deposit and lending rate were also raised by 100 basis points, each to reach 9.25% and 10.25% respectively. The increase followed an unscheduled meeting of the bank's Monetary Policy Committee, which had been set to meet on Thursday. And on sports news,
Audio Jungle.
the number of Super Eagles players in camp as of Monday night had swelled to 12 after 6 more players arrived. The players are camping at the Wells Carlton Hotel Asukuru, Abuja, ahead of their two-legged FIFA World Cup playoff encounter with arch-rivals Ghana. William Troost Ekong, Leon Balogun, Semi Ajayi, Ola Aina and Frank Onyeka were the first to arrive at the camp, according to the team's media officer Babafemi Raji. However, Daniel Akpeyi, Ahmed Musa, Ogene Karu, Etebo Kelechi Iheanacho, Shehu Abdullahi and Francis Uzoho have now joined the group ahead of the start of the training session on Tuesday. Nigeria take on Ghana away on Friday, 25th March, with the reverse leg set for the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Tuesday, 29th March 2022. The winner over 2 legs will earn one of Africa's 5 tickets to the 22nd FIFA World Cup finals, scheduled for 14th November to 18th December this year in Qatar. Meanwhile, the team revealed to its Twitter handle Sunday evening that Innocent Bunke will replace the injured Wilfred Ndidi in the squad. Ndidi picked up a knee injury in Leicester Europa Conference League game with Rennes. The technical crew of the team had invited 32 players to camp in preparation for the two-legged cracker. That's all for today's news, but before we go, a quick look at the major headlines. Governor Bello Matawalle of Zamfara State condoles with victims' attack, order release of relief materials to affected victims. All Progressive Congress governors resolve differences ahead of the National Convention. The Economic and Financial Crime Commission grants Obiano bail, NAB's officer behind his detention video. On business, the Central Bank of Nigeria said it will continue interventions to support economic growth. And on international news, Russia-Ukraine conflict forces Egypt's central bank to raise interest rates. On sports, Super Eagles camp bubbles as Iheanacho Musa joins 10 others. That was a recap of the major headlines. On behalf of the production crew, head of News and Current Affairs, I still remain Rahma Ibrahim. Just do have a nice day and keep watching Standard Voice Television.